connect the dots and understand like why you had to go through what you had to go through and how it made you stronger, how it made you wiser, how it got you to where you are to this day. You're completely different. You're not the same. Things were never going to be the same because God broke you with purpose. He broke you so your light will shine brighter. He broke you so that you would be wiser. He broke you to elevate you. He broke you to elevate you, to propel you, to get you to the next level of your life. He broke you with purpose. He broke you with meaning because you are valuable to him. He broke you with purpose. You would have never seen things the way that he needed you to see it had he not. And breaking you with purpose was revealing to you how these situations and these relationships and these friendships, these family dynamics did not benefit you, but caused you more pain and hurt and damage. And once you were able to see, you were able to shed off those old layers and beliefs about yourself so that he can come in and do what he needed to do for your life. You surrendered and you released control and you allowed God to come in to do what he needed to do. To give you those blessings that he had in store for you. You had to allow him to come in. If you let him, he'll change your life. If you get out of his way, he'll take you to where it is he needs you to be. If you just pause and ask for guidance, he'll show you where you need to go. You weren't doing any of these things before you thought that you understood these people. You thought that you had life figured out, but you didn't. And it wasn't until your soul really started to grow weary and you was trying to figure out what it is that's going on in your life. Why are you constantly drained? Why don't you feel good about yourself? Why don't you have the energy or the strength to get up out your bed every day? Even in the midst of him blessing you. See, it's not enough for God to see who you are to him. You had to see who you are to him. And you weren't seeing it because you were surrounded by so many hidden devils and negative energies that were trying to overcome you and consume you. So you wouldn't believe in yourself and you wouldn't see what God needed you to see. So he had to, with purpose, so you would see it, so you would believe it, so you would be in a position to receive it. He had to break you with purpose in order to heal you, to restore you, to renew you, and to prepare you for that level that he already had in store for you. To prepare you for those blessings that he had in store for you. To prepare you for that new beginning that he had in store for you. You could have been dead, sleeping in your grave, but God blessed you to see another day. And even when you did wrong, he was still there, still there. Be so glad that God still hears a sinner's prayer. Be so glad that God still hears a sinner's prayer. He heard your prayers, heard your cries. And this is why, even though he didn't want you to go through that period of hurt and betrayal and how bad you had to deal with these demonic people, it was necessary for your growth. It was necessary for you to evolve, for you to transition. Because even though people may not ever let you live down the things that you have done, there was a different type of fulfillment that you found within God, that you found within Jesus when you chose to come to him as you were. Because you knew that he didn't have no respect of persons. He didn't care about what background you come from, what car you drive, how much money you have up in your bank account. All he cared about was if you was ready to truly take this leap of faith, if you were truly ready for the changes that he had and were about to make in your life, so that you would step into this new phase that he needed you to step into. That's all he cared about. And whosoever is ready for those changes, and whosoever is ready to change these things about themselves in order to heal, in order to grow, in order to evolve, as long as you are ready, he is right there to carry you and guide you where you need to be. And it's right there in that moment that he has you where he needs you to be, because he can get to you. He can instruct you on what it is that he needs you to do. He didn't want to, but he had to. Birth you with purpose in order to renew you, to restore you. And your light shines so much brighter now. You are in a better position in your life now. You feel renewed. Your soul is uplifted. He had to break you. He had to cleanse you. He didn't understand what he was doing. He was cleansing you from those unholy spirits, those spirits that were latched on to you. Every chance they got, trying to make you feel bad, trying to condemn you, trying to keep you down, trying to keep you still, trying to keep you stagnant, trying to hurt you in some type of capacity, on some type of level, didn't even have a reason. You were innocent in a lot of these situations, undeserving of the way and the mistreatment that people dealt out to you. But you handled it with style and with grace. You got down on your knees and you gave those burdens to him. And you asked him to heal you, to change you, to renew you, and to have mercy on your soul for the things that you have done. But he had already forgiven you before you got down on your knees and prayed to him. He was just waiting for you to come and step to him. Stop worrying about what people have to say about you. Because even in those moments that you were sinning and you were praying, God heard every single prayer. And that's why you didn't die in your sin. People could say what they want to say all day, but allow people to talk. Allow people to feel like sometimes that's what makes people feel big about themselves, that they can talk about somebody else's business and not even know what they're talking about. But allow people to do whatever they feel like they're big and bad enough to do. Because a lot of people will talk about the person who had the strength to make those changes within their life. A lot of people will talk about the person who had the strength and the courage to take a leap of faith for the betterment of themselves. They'll talk about the person that they know had the strength and courage that they do not possess. So you have to understand, when people talk, it's showing just how weak they are. It's showing just how unhealed they are. You have to stop allowing it to affect you and understand how special and valuable you are to the Most High. Because they're going to talk. But how are you going to handle the situation? He knows what he has in store for you. And he wants you to step into it. He is trying to guide you there. But this is why he had to break you with purpose, so that the old you would step into that new beginning that he had prepared for you. And I know that it hurt you. I know that people, they said some really nasty things and judged you very harshly. But it was because they were trying to prevent you from stepping into what God had in store for you. You didn't even know it. When a person can get up in your head and cause you to feel doubtful and fear the unknown, well, it's like God was telling you, don't worry about how it's going to end. Put your trust and your faith in me. I got you to the end. You don't have to worry about that. But see, when you're around toxic, negative energies that don't want you to better yourself because they don't have the strength and the courage to better themselves, or if they do, they just don't want you to better yourself. Some people want you to stay at a certain level, so they'll always be able to say that they did this better than you, or that they better than you in this aspect, or that you did this and you was here and you was a sinner here and you did this. But let me tell you something, God still chose you. God still bless you. God still love you. I walked in the church, Lord, on a Sunday morning, stood outside